and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back for the final time ever. The mank that was never made for commentary. For the genuine final time ever. Well, nobody cares about it. I do. I care. I mean, it's over. That's what I say. League One, round 19, I think, in Monaco. Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon, Mrs. Vintage. Welcome in. You're one of a very small number at the minute, as everyone's still bouncing around and full of bubbly energy after the real Formula One comes to a controversial end, let's say. Shout out to Max for the win. Shout out to Lewis for the competition and for making it a season between the pair of them. Shout out to the FIA for being as incompetent as Codemasters. But we'll move on from that. It's going to be very quiet, isn't it? I'm here on my own. We're in Q1. Nobody wants to watch because everyone's still chatting the BS about the Formula One. It's quiet. Vapor Shadow starting a lap in the Alpine. We'll give it our best shot today. Anyone who was in the party last night will know. A little bit rough. But we'll give it our best shot anyway. Vintage! The gent, the legend that is. I hope you're going to pop in at some point into this party. Join me in the comms box for my my bow out. Q1's always boring. 15 minutes of it left, so let's just wait. We'll chat later. Let's get everyone in though. Get in the chats. Tell everyone, come on, come and say hello. Let's jump for this final time of this horrible voice that wasn't made for this job. Next week I'll be at a birthday party. I'm in the main comms. Let me check. Vintage wants an invite, so you're gonna miss the racing while I do the important stuff. Not much to watch anyway. We'll look at what looked like an alright lap from what's his face in the Alpine. We have Vintage in. Let's see what the lap times was that we missed, as we're still watching Vapor Shadow coming to the pits. He did a 1 minute 10.8. Not a bad start. Q1. Groove Ninja a 1:11.0. Racer Ricardo 1:14. And I think a bit of wing missing, so he must have clipped the wall on the way around. Yep, there you go. No end plate. Now we've got to try and find who the next one is. That Alpine's been caught very quickly, so I don't think Ryan Van Doom's on a hot lap. No, he moves out of the way. Ryan Van Doom might struggle around here to set a lap, but there was somebody flashed past in an Alpha Tauri. Who was that? Did we see? Vintage! He's here! Can we hear him? Hello?
Hello, mate.
There he is. There he is. The man, the myth, and the legend, all rolled into one.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
I mean, if you'd seen me last night in the party, you wouldn't have thought that. I was a few deep.
Aye, was it flowing, was it?
Oh, a little bit too easy. Regretting it now a little bit. I'll probably regret it even more tomorrow when we're back in work. But we've got the legend in! We're going to go on a lap with you soon. I want you to do something different. I want you to do a talk through of your lap. How about that?
Right.
Only
We'll
because
give it
I need to scratch my bollocks and have some of my e-cig. Feeling a little bit rough. This is it. It's all
This
over.
is it. Aye.
Is it 2 years, I think, of sat here shouting at myself, making myself look like even more of a dickhead than I usually do?
Well, I tell you what, I've had a laugh. You've made my fucking races enjoyable. Even though I can't concentrate when I'm on a hot lap listening to you, like. Oh, fucking hell, aye. No, it's been class, mate. Oh, aye.
It's been good fun.
Well,
I remember all the way back in the B&B days, I used to stop in B&B's, take the PlayStation with me. Jake Wilson starting the league in the PlayStation with, I don't know if it was called Wilson's League or Justin's League or something like that. I can't remember. I ain't got a clue. It was somewhat along them lines. And I was doing comms right back then from my PlayStation with a dodgy internet, lagging out every 2 minutes on YouTube. I think we was on as well back then.
aye.
It's come a long way.
Fucking hell, aye.
Possible to jump in as a reserve now, or is it too late? Says Andy Lou. Message slop me. I don't see why not. I think you'd be alright with that. And Mrs. Vintage saying, hello Jones. Hello to you two, the better half.
Well, I'll send him an invite just in case Scott's not listening. Who was it, Andy? Andy Lou.
Starts a lap. We're going to keep an eye on that. Andy Lou, yeah. We're going to watch Jay Story's lap. I'll come back to the times in a minute. Yeah, Andy Lou what I did. It's been a long old road, but I'm glad it's at the end, you know. I can't do this no more. And it's not really the greatest race for it to end on, is it? Neither, Monaco.
I know.
Probably going to be a few safety cars and not many overtakes. And could have had a better track to end on, but I'm not here next week. My little lad's birthday party.
Birthday, aye. Well, happy birthday from me. And I hope he has a good birthday and a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Is it?
I've not had a good November, December running up to it though. It's her birthday on Saturday, his party on Sunday, his birthday on Monday, and then Christmas on Saturday.
Well, this is my Christmas, right? Not to top you, but the oldest son's birthday is Christmas Day. Aye. The mother-in-law's birthday is Boxing Day. The missus's birthday is the 2nd of January.
Oh dear.
And my father's the 12th. So you just...
That's a nice month, innit?
Aye.
I have it all condensed into a week.
Aye.
It's kind of an advantage for me though, because then come my birthday, we've got a load of money spare.
Aye.
So the little fella,
aye, little fella's is in June, and mine's in August. So hey, we're sorted, us.
Yeah, laughing. Mine's perfect July, right in the middle of the year, miles away from Christmas either side.
Aye. Well, my mother's is in August and
every 6 months or so. Get a load. Oh, SFR Paul gets a snap of something.
Oh, aye. Just
slaps them all. What a front wing he's got. The fuck's that made out of? Titanium front wing there as he goes on to set a lap. Dear me. He's carried on, he didn't... Wow. Fair enough. We're going to watch Bad Peso now in a McLaren. Let's give your thoughts. What was the most deserving to be remembered? Max's win, Hamilton's challenge, or the FIA's absolute sheer incompetence, and definitely must have been created by Codemasters?
Option C.
Yeah, just ruined it, didn't it? It doesn't matter.
It did.
It doesn't matter if you're a Lewis fan or a Max. I suppose if you're a Max fan, it didn't ruin anything. It made it better. But if you're a Lewis fan or a neutral, it ruined it. It completely ruined it.
Yep.
Because it'll always be remembered for the stain. that they put on that race. So absolutely ruined it. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. We are. Help me out.
Critics?
Critics. Yes, a good shout.
Critics,
Yeah. I was, for some reason, I was critics. It's like cryptic. Critics. Yeah. No, it is critics. Critics. Oh, he's come to be a critic. Thank you for the follow, mate. Well done. Welcome to the stream. Follow on 1,000 and over or something.
Right.
Groove Ninja, we'll try and make it a great race to commentate on as you last. Still right annoyed at the FIA. Rip Jones, class comms. Nice one for that. That's correct. It is critics. EU. He has come to criticise, I think. How about that?
Well, welcome along anyway. You can criticise my lap as I'm gonna go and run now, seeing as people.
Well, let's
people are in their pits. Well, I'm just coming out the pits now, so I'll give you a shout when I'm round.
Let's watch Swanee crash. Go do a lap then. We'll watch Swanee do a crash lap.
Oh, well.
And he crashed as I said that. Well done, Swan Shanks. Making me look brainy again. Perpetual Formula, the great voices of PBE. Happy Sunday to you, lads. It's the last time, Perpetual.
Aye.
You've been by my side in many of these streams for a long way. Not in the commentary box, but in the chat. Always giving me a great bit of a shout out. And this is the last time I'm going to be able to give you one. So big shout out to you, Perpetual. I hope it goes well for you in the future, mate. As Swan Shanks is absolutely, I mean, he's doing a better job of this lap just about than the FIA do with their jobs, but only just. Where you at, Swanee? We'll see. No, don't go. Yeah, I'm done, mate. I'm done. No more of this giving myself headaches, shouting at the telly. I need my Sundays back, so. Retiring from racing as well. It turns out, so I convinced you about, the League 2. Oh, Swan Shanks bounces off every wall in sight. Let's not watch that. So I convinced you, there's pointless racing with 10-11. League 2 cancelled after this race, by the way, and we're going to do double points in Brazil next week, and it turns out I probably can't race. So I might have already had my last ever race in PVE as well.
Oh, nightmare. Right, well, I'm coming to start my lap now.
Right, let's go on board and let you do a talk through.
Right, so obviously the RS Open coming down the straight into turn 1, keeping it as far left as I can, up the hill, trying to keep these bumps, breaking it down. I take the first apex a little wide, had to tuck it in to open this right-hander up. Coming down the middle of the track, heavy braking into this, tucking it in, trying to open this corner out. Now this is the one that gets me. Sometimes I go too high over the curb, or the friggin' thing invalidates us. Obviously keeping it left as I enter the tunnel, swinging it right to the apex, keeping it out the wall to the left. Now coming down to Shadow's chicane with a yellow flag, try to get as much of that corner as I can so I'm not too slow coming out. Breaking it down. Now this is the tricky part for me. I lift here because I bottle it. Don't want to hit that wall at the right. But again, that second corner, the breakdown under the bridge. Looking not to take it too tight. DRS Open again, and that's a League 2 driver's lap of Monaco, even though I'm racing League 1.
You are a League 1. 113.3 from Vintage there. It's tough, that, isn't it, doing that as you drive?
Yeah. Talking as I'm
talking as you're doing it and talking through what you're doing, because you start second guessing what you're actually doing, so it's pretty tough. Let's jump back to the comments. Perpetual love and therefore keep in touch. I'll still be around in the Discord until I'll probably get kicked at some point for being a twat as usual, but I'll still be around in the Discord. The big merger I think has been announced, has it? Everyone's okay to know about it. So the big merger has been announced. ALR, which is known as something League Racing Esport, I don't know what it advanced.
So it's Advanced League Racing.
Advanced League Racing and then Parabolic Esports formerly merged with WNR Weekend Night Racing. So that was one merger. Now another merger with ALR, which is Advanced League Racing, and all becoming Hyperdrive Esports. Yeah? No?
Yep, that's correct, mate.
There you go.
Racing
so
every evening and twice on a weekend.
Spectacular, huge huge league that we're going to race every single day of the week to keep you all entertained. And something for me to stick on in the van while I'm working here. So I'm looking to buy an F1 steering wheel. What kind of prices I'm looking at? Well, personally, I bought this full Logitech G29 rig out with the play seat, chair and all that. It only cost me 220 quid. So shop about, get on Marketplace on Facebook, you'll be right.
Yeah, Logitech G29's a good shout for a starter.
Yeah, it's not a bad little rig for 220 quid. Can't complain. Play seat's probably worth that. Shop about on Marketplace, you'll find a few. As long as it's got force feedback, you'll be alright. As coming towards the end of Q1, I hate Q1. I've never been able to commentate on Q1. I used to just make everyone say dad jokes and stuff like that in the chat. As I didn't want to say it in the middle of the corner, we watched Vintage on his second lap. That one looked a lot better, a lot cleaner. And he goes on 12.7, P12, safely through to the next round. Ryan Van Doom's also safely through, doesn't know it yet. He's going to bounce off every wall around to make sure he gets there. Bounce. Oh, dear me.
Track is definitely slower on a night time. I got a 1:11.9 on Friday.
Yeah, it's a cooler track, innit? So
Aye.
that's why. I've just realised we're racing at night. Monaco doesn't race at night. Why? What's this?
Because it does look lovely under the lights.
I mean, I like it in the daytime, to be honest. Boy, it makes
I'm
no
not
difference. Nobody cares.
Exactly, I'm not looking at the aesthetics.
Yeah, we're looking at the walls as we hit them usually.
Aye.
But let's go through quickly then. Vapor Shadow 110.2 quickest for this session. He's followed by Itachi with a 110.8, Groove Ninja a 111.0, Race Avocado a 111.2. Then we got Bad Peso, Kieran, Perpetual Formula, Ramsel, Bob and Jay Story rounding out the top 10. Swanshanks, Vintage, Baguette, Paul and Ryan Van Doom all through to the next session. And Styles and Shadowlancer without setting a lap, both out in Q1. Let's move to Q2, and it's just going to be such a boring race to do last commentary on. I wish I could be here for Brazil, but I can't. So. I have to swap with Vintage and do one of his comms for him instead in Brazil. I can't. I'm lying. Saturday night is about the only one I'm off, and that's because it's her birthday, so.
Oh, you should not be happy about that.
I mean, she did say, just go work if you want. Like I want to go to work.
I know.
Who wants that? It's not even a thing. Unless you call Michael Massey and then you want to go and ruin fucking great season. Unless you call Codemasters employee and then you want to go and pick your arsehole or something, because I don't think they do much else. Oh dear. I've told that woman to turn... Woman! Turn it off! All I can hear is the Formula 1 in the background. Highlights now, listening to what I've already listened to all day. Yeah, so we was talking about Hyper Esports, weren't we? And then I got sidetracked.
Hyperdrive Esports.
Hyperdrive Esports, that's it. Hyperdrive Esports. It's massive, isn't it? I mean, how many leagues is there going to be? How many divisions?
So there's 7 divisions.
7 divisions. That a multiplayer league and an F2 league, am I right?
That's correct, aye.
Absolute madness from all. But
so if this week starts on a Monday, that'll start with Division 7, all the way up to Division 1. So that's every night each week. F2 is going to be a Saturday afternoon. And multiplayer league's going to be our Sunday afternoon drive. So if any of the drivers any drivers that have had to pull out because of times, like for where they are in the world, but they do race Sunday, they should get priority for seats. So the likes of, Jay Story mightn't be able to race during the week because he's in America, so that'll be like the middle of the afternoon for him. So he'll have graft.
Yeah, it makes
So
sense,
if
but
he
it is a
wanted,
UK Europe-based league, really, isn't it? So we have, as you can see
uh,
there, we've got the Americans in there, Racer, Bad Peso, J Story, as mentioned, but they're kind of exceptions to the rule. Majority-wise,
uh,
it is in general, it's a European league, really, isn't it? So,
yeah.
um,
But I mean, J Story's been here longer than me, so that
yes,
I
yeah.
kind of
I mean,
he's.
he's a fossil in his own right, isn't it? To be fair, so
Well, I think he's only a year older than me, so I kind of see him now.
yeah, but you're a legend. He's a fossil. That's the difference. Um, they're all claiming a possible crash here, so. Is it froze? Have
Yeah.
Codemasters just joined the FIA for the day?
Uh, everyone's ticked, so is Andy Lou's even ticked? So either yourself or
Sloth. It'll be
Sloth,
Sloth.
but
Sloth! Get out!
don't don't you go anywhere like the last time when Kieran went
No,
and
it's
couldn't get back in.
yeah. No, it's Sloth that needs to leave. Sloth. This happened
Aye.
last week, and Sloth left, and it fixed itself. So, can somebody get a message to Sloth in the Discord? Just tell him to leave the session and let it migrate the host, and we'll be fine. I'm guessing, because that's what happened last week, and he left, and it all went alright. Nobody else leave! Perpetual, stay
Yep.
where you are! I know you did that last week, you left, and we just need Sloth to leave. I'm pretty sure it'll work. That's what happened last time. So if anyone can get hold of Sloth, let's do that. Meanwhile, that gives us a chance to... Oh, well, they're all talking about it. That's Mr. Fossil. Mr. Fossil, no. Don't be calling Vintage. You're the Fossil. He's Mr. Legend. Um, Defo not leaving this time. No, don't leave. Don't leave. No reason to leave. Someone just needs to get hold of Sloth. I could try and see if he's in the other party, I suppose. Let me just see. You're going to hear a bunch of hits on stream. I'll be back in a second, Vintage. Let me try and get his Sloth in this other party. Where's Sloth? Where's Sloth? We're live on stream. You're all live on. Well, you can't be here because I'm on blue screen. But where's Sloth? Sloth! You need to leave! Right, when he comes back, try and get him to leave. Or try and shout him. No, he needs Sloth to leave. Right, in a bit. And then, I have shouted Sloth, but I just all spam tag him in the Discord. Everyone spam Sloth in the Discord. Because as soon as he leaves, we'll be good to go. I'm blaming the FIA and Codemasters, yeah. It's both of their faults. The FIA for authorising Codemasters to make this game, making another fuck up. Should we just throw EA Sports in the fire as well and blame them and all for not getting on top of Codemasters and making them fix the game?
Well, definitely. I mean, the amount of money they make from it. I mean,
You just
it's
think, wouldn't you,
ridiculous.
like the EA
Ridiculous.
with every other game that they put their name to, they make sure glitches and stuff are fixed consistently. You get FIFA, there's a glitch on FIFA. There's an update on FIFA every week. Like there's always updates on FIFA fixing this glitch, fixing that glitch, fixing. And then so when they got the name put to this, it kind of had a little bit of hope that although it'd still be
Like,
glitchy, they'd fix it as it went along. No, still down to monthly updates and making me laugh. How people on social media are changing their profile pic to delete. See fit. Plenty of experience in the Williams team saying Swanshanks. Experience? Shit, they're bad. You should both take a leaf out of my book and fucking retire. The combined age of that Williams team's got to be around 100. How old's Jay Story's 46, is it?
Yes, and then Swanee's 45 and I'm 44.
So Swanee's 45, he's 46, so like 91 years old, that Williams team. Dear me. And comparing it to the Ferrari team, which races, 18...
There we go.
Comparing it to the Ferrari team, which has a combined age of 30. The Williams team a combined age of 91, the Ferrari team a combined age of 30. There's 61 years difference between them. Fuck me. Swanner, it's time you hung up your pad. Like you did your steering wheel. Little groove there. I'm sure he's on 12 groove, innit? Groove, you 12, aren't you, mate? Little groove 12. Racer Avocado's 18. 30 years old. Swanshanks 45. He's older than them both put together. Jay Story 46. Oh me. It's mad, isn't it? The contrast of those two teams. Madness. I almost fell asleep saying Dobrev. Yeah, you're not the only one, mate. I'm struggling today, can you tell?
Oh,
It's been a long time and now I've forgot how to talk shit. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Ain't nobody
the rain
falling
is
off.
coming.
Oh, it's going to
According
rain.
to this, in this session, because look, no, it's not.
I thought we was going to have a wet Monaco.
No.
You know, I've refused to race in Monaco on this game for years. Like, if I ever did career mode before I was league racing and stuff, I'd skip Monaco. I just never ever went online and played it, and it was Monaco. I'd spectate for that race and go back on after, or change lobby or something like that. And never ever would I race Monaco. I used to race with Sprout all the time. And he used to moan like fuck because he loved Monaco and I hated it, and I would never race it. So never race it. And then last season, WNR Monaco, I said right, I'll join. I think it got midway through the season or something. It was like 10 races in it. I said I'll join. I'll take a full-time seat and I can commit to the end of the season. It's fine. So I take the full-time seat. I went as long as it's not Monaco first race. First race, Monaco. So I spent the week practicing Monaco. I thought I've got to do it now. I said I'll do it. So I've spent a week practicing. I actually got alright. I was getting into like 108s, I think, at one point. Doing alright.
Nice, nice.
So practice for the full week, Monaco. Got myself ready for it so I could stop hitting walls, start driving round it. Gets to race day, full wets, full race. My first ever full-time league race.
Sod's law, man. That's
I did alright actually. I got P7 I think, but I got ruined by a safety car coming out and the front runner getting in front of me in the pits, and then that puts you a lap down. Codemasters should fix that. Like the FIA could have said to me, "Well, you can go through, but nobody else can." You know what I mean? That would have been alright, wouldn't it? Because they tend to like to make rules up like that, don't they? Benji Games, is that? Am I saying that right? Benji Games, thank you for the follow. It says follow 1,074. Let's get to that new target now, 1,100. 1,100 followers will be a good target to it now, won't it? Let's see if we can get to that before the end of the season. There's 1 week left to do it. Let's see what we can do. 1,100 followers, that'd be a good way to end it. End the season. It's Perpetual Funnel 113 free, Ramsel or 112 free. Now let's try and get to, who was that? I just had someone.
Groove Ninja's retired.
Racer Avocado in the front. Groove Ninja retired. Is he at a wall? Yeah, he's at a wall. He's down at Shadows Chicane, as you call it. So Groove Ninja retires. Racer Avocado 111 there, and let's try and get. Oh yeah, Groove Ninja down at Shadows Chicane. Let's see if this next. Who's this that we're on board with? Oh, that's an awkward place to be.
There it is. Ooh, that's going to throw some people off.
Yeah, that might have ruined Jay Story's lap. That Jay Story on a hot lap, and that might have caught him out a little bit. It's gone now, so it won't affect Kieran.
Andy Lou, mate, reset your game, and I'll try to send you another invite. Because sometimes,
Yeah, if you're not getting it, you might not get one. It's annoying. Another
yeah,
Codemasters glitch that they didn't bother to fix. As Kieran then in the Red Bull coming across the line, and he's going to set a lap time of a 1:12.3. Goes P3 for now.
Nah, it's not going to let us. It says he's already joined.
And then Baguette doing a Schumacher. And into the pits. Yeah, it's not going to let you. Not going to let you join now, Andy. I don't think for whatever reason Codemasters did that for. Ryan Van Doom going to be the next one. He almost lost it on the exit curb there. I'm not sure, but he's a 1:14.2. Goes P6 for now. I don't think that'll be safe. Here goes Itachi. Itachi, that's a much better final corner from Itachi. And this one might be a good lap time. Goes on 1:11.8. And on the medium tyres, let's put the tyres up for you so we can see where we're at. You can see the soft tyres, Racing Avocado, Ryan Van Doom. Other than that, everyone on the medium tyres. Jay Story then, I think he went for another lap after having the previous one ruined by Groove Ninja's car being in the way. Used all his deploy. As you see there in the bottom left, it clicking red, goes P7 or 1:13.0. You cannot have your ERS on for a full lap round here, I don't think, on Hot Lap. It does use too much, I think I'm right there. From what I remember last year, I used to turn it off around sector 2, I think, going around the hairpins, and I think that's where you gain it back so that you can get to the end of the lap using only what you need. As Kieran goes across the line, and a 1:12.3, he didn't use all of his, so I'm not sure if that's actually the case this year. Vintage might be able to tell me a bit more.
I'll tell you when I go out, mate. I'm just about to now.
You can see that Itachi's almost gets used, but not quite all of it. So as he goes across the line, doesn't really improve. He's 1:11.0. Good time from Vapor Shadow. Vapor Shadow is so much of a TT. Like, he does so well in qualifying and just vanishes every race. If he could put his TTs into a race, he'd have some pace. Bob then, can he improve? Looking to make himself safe, goes P5 or 1:11.7. Swan Shanks has just started a lap, so let's go on board with Swan Shanks and watch him bounce off every single wall Monaco has to offer. Here we go, around the casino, into the wall on the exit in a minute on this right-hander watch. Misses that, and oh, he does. Oh, he nearly did, but not quite. Now, of course,
There's a McLaren behind me that needs to back off his spot. I'm on medium tyres, unless he wants to try to get past going into Shadow Chicane.
And that will be the McLaren of SFR Paula. You can see him.
Paul, do you want to get past then, mate? Go on, you get past.
Bounces off the wall, and this is going to be a little bit confusing going in here. Swanshanks is coming. Paul's parked up over there out of the way. Vintage is now going to be able to look at Swanshanks. So almost lost it, and none of them seem to want to be the first one. It's like
well, I'm on slower tyres than Paul. I'll hold him up.
So it's weird, isn't it? Like,
aye. It's near good me having Paul behind us. He's on quicker tyres.
Swanshanks, it says purple sector 2. I'm not sure about that though, but we'll see. He is on soft tyres, so there's a chance he can get himself up there. He's deployed, all used as he comes across the line at 1:13.9. Again, we'll double check with Vintage after his lap to see if you can just use for the full lap. I don't think you can though. Paul is invalidated. Let's see who's next. It is going to be Baguette. I'm watching your lap, Vintage. Amy wife. Oh, Anime wife. Hi. Oh, thank you for the follow, Anime wife. Anime wife. I don't know.
Anime.
Somebody's wife it is. Thanks for the follow. Hello to you too. I hope you're well on this fine, freezing cold Sunday. It's not actually that cold, to be fair. It's like 11 degrees or something. It's pretty good. This time, yeah, shorts and t-shirt weather almost. As Get runs
All
out
right.
of charge and goes P10 for 113.3. Let's go see what Paul was doing. Paul not so on board. Somebody's wheel was there. Was that Swanshanks? No, Swanshanks was on. I definitely seen a bit of a wheel left over there. Let's watch this lap to the end now and just see that deploy. I'm gonna take a wild guess that Vintage hasn't turned it off.
No, it's on.
He's left it on for the full lap, and let's see if it does get used. No. Oh, maybe.
So you do get it for the full lap, do you?
It is just. So I think that'll depend on your where you're accelerating out of a little bit more. So if you're a little bit later on the accelerator than somebody else out of every corner, then they'll probably use theirs. I think that'll be how it works. No?
See, I'm literally coasting through the casino just to stay out of the walls.
Yeah, so those who are using the accelerator a bit more will be using that ERS that little bit more, and they'll be the ones that can't use it for a full lap. Just guessing. Let's see.
So it's going to be touch and go.
Giving up trying to get in now. Good luck, drivers. Yeah, it's a nightmare, and it is what it is, mate. It's just a horrible, horrible game for stupid glitches once again. Winnie Ramsel, Monaco is such a fun track. Let's move on from that statement. Itachi's looking more likely to win, saying Groove Ninja. I don't know, mate. We'll see. Yeah, Vintage boxes, so I'm going to ask him to do me the favour of looking to see the championship, seeing what separates it. Let's try and work out if it can be won and lost today. I think it can. I think. Racer Avocado, of course, doing the big job for a teammate last week in Canada and letting Groove Ninja take the win. And gifting him the place, gifting him the win. Ferrari 1-2. Racer Avocado, of course, could have come back at Groove Ninja and decided not to, would not overtake him, just stayed behind his teammate, letting his teammate go across the line as the race winner, gifting him the 25 points and letting him catch up on Tachi, who scored 0 points that week. So that brought the championship back to life, I'm pretty sure it did. As Groove Ninja, if I get first, Itachi needs 13 points or more to win the title.
Right, well, we'll go through the teams, which I don't think will be decided today. But Ferrari are leading the constructors on 330 points. That's the team with Groove Ninja and Race Avocado, like you've just been saying. And Shadow Lancer and Itachi, they're in second on 319. So that's only a difference of 17 points, so that's something to keep an eye on. It's 119 to Alpha Tauri, so I think they're just a bit out of it. But yeah, the drivers' standings, Itachi's leading the way on 258 points. Groove Ninja in second on 219 points, which is a difference of 39 points. So yeah, with that, the fact that Groove Ninja is going to start, 15th? If Itachi wins today, it's wrapped up, isn't it? So,
yeah, Itachi wins, he wins it.
If Groove Ninja doesn't score any points, and Itachi doesn't, if it's won by Itachi, so
if
Groove Ninja...
If Groove Ninja wins, where does Itachi need to finish?
Well, if you take a win, so Groove Ninja gets a full 20, well, we'll say a full 26. That's going to leave him 13 the difference going into the last race. So you want, what's that? That's a difference of 12 points. So Itachi...
Groove Ninja wins today, though, Itachi could still win the title, can't he? If he finishes second.
If Groove Ninja, Itachi has to...
So basically,
Itachi has to basically finish fourth or better to win the title today.
Fourth or better for Itachi to win the title
today.
As long as Groove Ninja wins. If Groove Ninja doesn't win,
then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That'll change completely. So Itachi on for the title today. Let's see these comments for a minute. Click the wall at the swimming pool chicane saying Perpetual Formulas. That's been renamed Shadow Chicane apparently. Groove Ninja did the same. Itachi looking more and more likely to win. Yeah. if I get first, but seen that. Talking to Wilson about maybe hosting. Hosting what? Not a clue what you're talking about, mate. Afternoon, lads. Tommy! Where is Jones there? No, it's where you at. Where you at, Swanee? Not where. Oh, let me show you. Where you at, Swanee? Like that. New follower, Jack for one tune. Oh, for one tune? Fortune? I don't know. Jack, welcome to the stream, mate, and thank you very much for the follower 1075. We're getting ever closer to that 1100 target before the end of the season. Target that's just made up by me, not an actual target. Just saying. As Ramsel saying, hi, he's here, I'm here, I am here. As there he is, yeah, I am here. 15th, saying Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja starting P15th. Itachi did go quickest on the soft tyres in the end. Vapor Shadow second, Racer third, Bad Peso fourth, Bob fifth, Perpetual Foreman sixth, Kieran seventh, J Story eighth, Ramsel ninth, and Vintage will just as Swanshanks comes across the line make Q3. Out will go Swanshanks, Baguette, Rimadoom, SFR Paul, and Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja are now in a horrible place to try and keep this championship alive as we go into Q3. So, if Itachi finishes in the top 4, he's won, regardless.
Well, there's a few different scenarios. If Itachi doesn't score points today, Groove Ninja has to score at least 14 to keep it alive.
Right. So,
that's
Groove
one
Ninja
scenario.
Needs to get 14 points to stay alive, which is P6? 5?
No, he's going to need at least a podium.
So hang on, remind me of the points. So we've got 25,
fourth
18,
is 12 point, 15, and then 12.
15, 12. Right,
so Groove Ninja needs at least a P3.
Must get a podium regardless. He must get a podium.
And then
he's starting P15. Itachi, regardless of what Groove Ninja does, if Itachi gets a top 4 finish,
he's won it.
He's won it.
Well, this is the thing. That needs Groove Ninja to win. That's dependent on Groove Ninja winning.
Yeah, so regardless, no matter what Groove Ninja does, a top 4 for Itachi wins the championship. Regardless, even if Groove Ninja goes on to win the race, as long as Itachi gets in that top 4, he wins regardless.
Yeah.
But Itachi could still win it if he only scores a point and Groove Ninja doesn't get any points.
Absolutely.
In fact,
he'll win it if neither driver score points.
He wins it. Yeah.
Aye.
Little bit confusing to remember, but quite simple if you put it to the fact that let's just see who finishes in the top 4.
We need to see.
Don't want to sacrifice my sauce, but was just an insurance peril, saying Perpetual Formula. Wasn't a lot of time left in the session as he forces his way through into Q3, and Groove Ninja saying 3rd or higher. I'm in the mud. He is in a bad position in P15 at Monaco to try and get a podium finish.
Yeah, that's the first thing he has to do is get the podium.
Yeah,
it's
all or nothing for Groove Ninja. Just got to absolutely go for it. Not being silly and trying to make overtakes in silly places, but make sure he gets the strategy calls absolute spot on and goes as fast as possible around the track. Meanwhile, Itachi, we know, is notorious for having bad starts, so a bad race start from Itachi could put him in a bit of bother and could maybe bring Groove Ninja back to life in this championship. It's a championship decider. Will it go to the last race? It's a big ask for Groove Ninja now to take this to the last race. He needs to get himself from P15 to at least P3 and hope that Itachi doesn't score points. Is that right? Something like that. Something like that.
Yep, that's right, mate. Yeah, so if Groove Ninja gets a P3 and Itachi doesn't score, the difference will be 24 points going into the last week. So anything less than that from Groove Ninja, unfortunately, the gap will be 2. Well, seeing that 12 39 minus 12 is 27. So yeah, you wouldn't even with a
Even with a
winning a
faster
fastest lap,
managed.
you wouldn't do it. So
P3 and Itachi to
P3,
not score points, is that?
yeah, takes it next week.
It's not impossible. It's a big ask,
It's not.
especially for
There's
P15.
a
But again, we've seen Itachi have so many bad starts this season that one bad start at Monaco, putting you into the pack around here, is such a big risk. Both of these drivers could end up in the pack, and that could be a deciding factor in the championship. What a way to end it'd be, though, for there to be a championship one on my final day commentary. We'll have to give him a proper shout out, as only Knobhead Nessie can. So we're going to watch Vapor Shadow. It looks like he is going to be battling away for that pole position again, but he's just not been having great races. He just seems to be able to do it in qualifying, and that's it. That's about as far as it lasts, as he now comes across the line in the Alpine Renault 110 Let's see who's next. There is a Red Bull who's invalidated. Then Jay Story. Then in the Williams. Williams going to have the contract cancelled with Mercedes next season. 113.0. Toto Wolff won't be happy with Latifi anyway. As Perpetual Formula going to be the next one. Perpetual Formula is a 112.7. Goes P2 for now. Then is that Itachi? It is. Here he is, the man that can win the championship today. Itachi just needs a top 4 finish to guarantee it. As long, well, he just needs points really, as things stand currently with Groove Ninja being all the way back there. Goes second with 110.8. Then there's a Ferrari Racer Ricardo on an outlap. There is an Alpha Tauri there. Let's try and get to that Alpha Tauri. Alpha Tauri of Bob over the next one.
Is Jay Story gone for back-to-backs? He hasn't, has he? That's fine.
So yeah, look, Bob comes across the line. He goes P3 with 111.1. Jay Story isn't on a lap.
Right.
Ramsel is invalidated. Everyone else is pitting. Jay Story's on his way in. There is a Mercedes of Perpetual Formula looking like he's staying. He is still on a lap, I think. So Perpetual Formula going to be the next one. So come round and set a lap. I hate that. Did you see that car there just reappear for a split second on the track? So annoying, so off-putting.
Isn't it?
It goes a 111.9. It's just off-putting, isn't it? It's a silly glitch. I think, is that Itachi going to improve? Itachi does improve! A 110.2 puts himself on pole in what could be the title decider. That's not good for Groove Ninja. That is not what he went to as bad Peso goes a 114.7. A pole position possible for Itachi as Racer Avocado seems to be going slowly there. I think he's recharging his battery. He's coming into the pits, Racer Avocado. Not sure what happened with him. He didn't settle up, but he's back in the pits. We've got Ramsel, who's going to be the next one in the Haas. Get back to work. Good luck, everyone. Tommy, you're leaving. He's leaving. Tommy's leaving. What a twat. As Groove Ninja saying further, I have Ferrari and a dream right now. A Ferrari and a dream is what he has. I tell you what, for a young lad, he's quite funny, that kid.
He is, isn't he?
He doesn't half give me a giggle. As across the line goes Vintage with a 112.1. When P5 for now put himself on the third row of the grid. Is that one? Yeah, third row grid. Let's get back to that McLaren. The McLaren of bad Peso bouncing across the curbs there, so he's not on a lap no more. Is he going to box? Oh, he almost hit the wall in my box. He is boxing though. Has Vintage gone again? Have you gone again?
I'm teetering, so I'm 2 tenths down now.
Keep going, keep going.
Nah, I've hit the wall as well.
Not no more.
Not no more, right.
So,
10 minutes till rain, it's saying.
10 minutes of rain, only 5 minutes left of the session, so there'll be no rain. As things stand, Itachi will start pole in the day that he could take the championship crown. in a season that he started midway through after Vintage tried to put him in League Two.
Oh, well, I just, he's such a nice lad, though, man. That's what I wanted him first. Though he's such a nice lad, so I was like, get him in, get him in.
He's a nice lad.
I wonder how the final grid would have looked though with all these guys that started in League Two. Wasn't there? So there was.
I'm in second, like what, 20 odd points, something off the lead. I'm at 30 points off the lead. Senna could have won it today actually if he'd have raced, bless him. But he's 30 something points off the lead. Guaranteed that you would not change some of the things you tried to do at the start of the season, I'd be about 230 points off the lead. Itachi would have won it 6 weeks ago.
That's at least one good thing of this Justin doing these trials. Like, we did get some better paced drivers in as well. But yeah, it's just a shame we had to use some races to just say, right, yeah, that guy's too quick. Yeah. He's even too quick for this division, man.
Yeah, he is, yeah. But then
he is.
He's around Senna pace, and Senna's in League Two. So.
That's what I mean.
Stealing a living.
I mean, you see he's too quick for this league, but then you go to the championship and look at the drivers they've got in the championship. So...
It's a little bit messed up.
It's drawn the line somewhere,
It's not only that, it's just going to be the same next season, because you'll get people that should be in a certain league, won't be able to make that time and have to be in a different league, so it's not easy.
Yeah.
The only chance of getting it right is to do it all on one day, and I think we proved last season, if you watch this channel, that just isn't really a good thing to do. It's a nightmare. It makes people retire. There's too much work to it. I don't need luck, I need 32 safety cars, 19 black flags, and the track of Monaco never to exist in the realms of reality. Then I'll be a winner, saying Ryan Van Doom. I think even then, mate, you'd still DNF. So. I don't think that'd help you, mate, to be fair. As across the line comes Jay Story, goes P5 at 1:11.3, jumping in front of Perpetual Formula, who is currently P6 now. Afternoon, hey there, Dylan. How you doing, nerdy? Hey. Oh, hey, I won't belong in Frostburn, son. Dylan's don't ask. 110.3 for Racing Avocado on P3 for now, as one of the Ferraris at least trying to put on some sort of fight for the Constructors title, which can't be won today, I don't think, unless a 1-2 Ferrari and then no points for whoever was in second. I'm guessing that'd win it for Ferrari today, because they do have an advantage.
Well, let's see if I can get into the 11s then.
Vintage decides to come out and try and get into the 11s, which isn't that far off, but pace so invalidates. Instead we're going to watch Ramsel backing out of another lap. Where's Perpetual Formula? I know he was on an out lap actually, wasn't it? No, he's not. He's on a lap, so Perpetual Formula's going to be the next one. I'm freezing in Ireland, saying Dylan. Aye. I'm going to say it hard to go. As Perpetual Formula comes out of the last corner in the Mercedes across the line and doesn't improve. So Dylan was trying to blag a day off work, but the Morris said he had to go anyway. He didn't have a choice in the matter. Yeah, I know, I'm killing the action. It doesn't matter. I'm allowed. Let me off. Everyone so far on all that, trying to get to the next. Where's that Red Bull? Who's that? Kieran is going to be the next one in the Red Bull. 1,000 bits! 1,000 bits from Dylan! Massive! Comes in with a full 1,000 bits from his freezing cold Spine Island and throws in 1,000 bits to warm the chat. Big shout to Dylan for that, making me shout like that on my final commentary bout. The good old 1,000 bit shout. That weren't there in the early days. Where's Wilson at? Wilson! Kieran then did go P4 for 110.9, we have got quite a few people on a lap now. I think Jay Story might be the next one unless he bows into the pits, which he does. So let's get to the Ferrari of Race Avocado. Ferrari of Race Avocado currently P3. Afternoon champion Max says hello, saying Keza.
Oh,
why did you speak to him? As vintage is went.
Oh, there's a cartilage there. What do you call it at the casino? Right
yeah,
as you turn.
Ramsel is out. 2 cars almost went across the line at the same time there, Bob and
Well,
so at the minute, Itachi is going to be the man for pole. But here goes Vapor Shadow. Can he take it off him? No, he can't. Itachi, he's also invalidated. They're all invalidating. And Bad Peso also invalidated. Vintage has had his lap absolutely destroyed by cars appearing out of nowhere. And that will be that. That will be that. Here we go. Itachi takes pole and a day that he can win the championship by just finishing in the top 4. Vapor Shadow also starts on the front row with him. Racing Avocado P3 trying to keep the battle for Ferrari's constructor open alive. Bob in P4, Kieran P5, J Story P6, Perpetual Formula P7, Vintage in P8, Ramsel P9 and P10. Rounding out the top 10 is Bad Peso in the McLaren. Yeah, we are moments away from going in to what could be the title decider for League One. This is going terrible for me, saying Groove Ninja. It is, it's not good. The race is a touchy subject. That race is not a touchy subject. The FIA is a touchy subject. The race, whatever, it is what it is. Racing happens. Max winning on the title, he's got to win it once. It is what it is. Lewis Hamilton not getting his 8th, it is what it is. He'll come again next year, and we'll see. The only thing that will be remembered in 20 years' time is the FIA making a dodgy decision. Everyone will say, yeah, remember that time when that guy won his first championship, his only championship, maybe, and the FIA ruined it. Remember when that Lewis Hamilton could have won his 8th and the FIA ruined it? When Max won his first one because of the FIA ruining it? The FIA have ruined the season, and that is why it's touchy, nothing else. Jay Story wants an invite. He's begging for an invite. I don't know if you're going to be able to get one, mate.
That might prove it. It might. Right, Jonesy, I'm going to let you do the race, and I'm going to try to concentrate. From behalf of me and the team and everyone, thank you very much for everything you've done. It's been a fucking pleasure, buddy. And yeah, I hope to see you back on track soon. And you never know. If I get a podium, I could talk to you at the end of the race.
Oh, you're jumping back in at the end of the race anyway.
Oh, well, fair enough then. I'll be back at the end of the race. I'll just mute you then until...
Well, you could do that.
Right.
Whichever. Yeah.
Right, so I'll just mute you. Aye. Near bother.
Alright. Don't say Michael Massey going to get sacked in the morning for that decision. I mean, he should have been sacked well into this weeks ago. Whereas what it is. I'm not in Lobis, I don't think so. If someone can invite me, I might. Just bear with me a second. I will be back. So we're moments away from what could be the League One title decider. Title is well and truly on the line. It's actually just needing a top 4 place if Groove Ninja wins the race. If Groove Ninja doesn't win the race, I think he has to get a podium and it's actually not score points. So it is at the minute advantage to that man on pole. It's actually in the Alfa Romeo. Second place though will today be the Alpine driver of Vapor Shadow. In third, the Ferrari driver of Race Avocado. He'll be followed by an Alpha Tauri of Bob and a Red Bull of Kieran. Jay Story in the Williams in P6 and Perpetual Formula P7 in the Mercedes. P8 is Vintage in the Aston Martin and P9 Ramsel in the Haas. P10 I'm just P10 Bad Peso and McLaren. Let me finish it off. Then Swanshanks in the Williams P11. P12 is Page in the Haas. P13, Ryan Van Doon in the Alpine. P14, Paul in the McLaren. He's somehow been disqualified. P15 is Groove Ninja in the Ferrari. P16, the Alpha Tauri of Styles. P17, I'm getting confused now, is the Alfa Romeo of Shadow Alonso. And P18 is Andy Liu in the Mercedes. Am I right in thinking the top 10 is 10 different cars? Yeah. The top 10 is 10 different cars. Each and every team have a car in the top 10. There we go. Something you don't see every day. Something you don't see every day. Jay Storer, invite failed. You're going to struggle to get back in, mate. I'm telling you that now. Groove Ninja, Paul tyres are glitch for me. Yeah, they're not on this screen at the minute. Itachi got the race win in Monaco on Thursday. Passed. Invite failed, J Story. Yeah, J Story, he struggles to get back in. So Itachi, what, he won the race in Monaco on Thursday? Is that the championship? So, there you go. That says everything for what he could potentially do today. We are going to be in the shittest camera angle you've ever seen. Look at that. Let's watch the race leaders start this race. We might have to go on board for the start of this one. There we go. That's a little bit better. We have 4 lights. We have 5 lights. It's lights out in Monaco, and away we go. Away goes Itachi with a great start. Race Avocado going on the inside. Looks like he's going to get the move done on Vapor Shadow. Race Avocado does get the move, and Vapor Shadow gets himself in to P2. A great start from him, and Vapor Shadow now under pressure from Bob. Bob trying to find a way through. Can it? J Story's car there. He's doing some bits in it. He's doing well. J Story, just stay out of it, mate. Your car's doing quality there. As we all now come into this line at Monaco, Itachi has got almost a second lead to the second place man in the Ferrari, and we'll try and stay with as many of these cars as possible. And look out the inside, there goes Pad Peso. Oh, Groove Ninja's already into P9. P9 for Groove Ninja. It's a great start from him, somehow making up a lot of places. As we watch the back end of this grid, there's a bit of ghosting going on as Baguette tries to go past FR Paul, not just quite yet. As Kieran Groove Ninja going round the outside of Kieran B. Kieran B gets passed by Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja doing everything he can. He's up to P8 on lap 1. He's trying to keep this title alive, but it won't matter because Itachi at the minute is almost a second and a half clear, and if it stays like that, it doesn't matter what Groove Ninja does. Itachi will win it, but Groove Ninja giving himself the best possible chance to keep this championship alive. Into P8 from P15. What a start and what an opening lap it has been from him. But Itachi is starting to pull away. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go on board with the only man that can stop Itachi winning the title today, Groove Ninja in P8. Itachi comes P3's one no matter where Groove Ninja finishes. Yeah, exactly. If he finishes P4 I think it is, isn't it, Sloth? Oh no, yeah, P3. If Groove Ninja wins, then yeah, so if Groove Ninja was to win this race, Itachi would only need P4. If Groove Ninja doesn't win this race, Itachi only needs P3, so it is strongly in Itachi's favour, but Groove Ninja up now into P7 from P15 at the start of this race has done himself massive justification of being able to try and keep this title fight alive. As you see, Vapor Shadow closing onto the back of Race Avocado. It's been a great race so far, and we're only on lap 2. There's been some brilliant moves already on lap 2, and it's been a great start to the Grand Prix, but 2.89 to 3.1, 3.2. Itachi, he's flying away. Groove Ninja has got a lot of work to try and do. As Bob almost clipping the back of Vapor Shadow there, as they're getting a blitz stuck now with each other, and this is where Groove Ninja's going to find it difficult. As Ramsel on Perpetual Form, the Ramsel looking up the inside of Perpetual Form, they're going to get it done into turn 1, decides better of it, backs out and stays behind, lives to survive another day. Maybe he could have gone for that one though. I probably would have done. Not going to lie there. Bit of a chance. If you see a gap, you've got to go for it. Otherwise, are you even a racer anymore? As Ramsel is all over the back of Perpetual Form, they're not finding a way through. Groove gets win and fastest lap, and Itachi gets P4. It'll be 26 points off difference going into the last race. Technically, he can still be level on points at the end of the season. I thought it was 27 points. That's what Vintage was saying to us before. It would have been 27 points, but can you then have a look for a Sloth who would win it on backing up and race wins? So we'd have to look for it. Groove Ninja sends one! That was stupid! Groove Ninja could have just ruined his race! He tried to send one up the inside of Ramsell from miles back, and he's bounced into the wall. He should not have gone for that move there. It was a desperate lunge, trying to find his way through. I said patience was going to be his key to victory around here. And patience he's not had. He got himself all the way up to P7. He was well on for a great finish. And now suddenly he's going to be passed by Vintage and he can't get into the pits. Swanshanks breaks off. Groove Ninja pits. Groove Ninja could be out of this race already. He's not out of the race, but he could be out of the running because he's going to drop right away down this order. And meanwhile, Itachi almost has a 5-second gap at the front. Groove Ninja could have ruined his race. The championship was... it was just a glimmer of hope of it being still alive, and he sent one up the inside of Ramsell from a bit too far back, and it was a little bit desperate, a little bit lunger, a little bit impatient, and instead he's now come off the worst. He smashes into the wall, and he's now down in P16 with a 3-second time penalty as well for the corner cut, and it looks like it could be race over as Race Avocado struggling but keeping Vapor Shadow behind. Itachi would win on 6-3 wins at the minute, so Itachi then would win the championship by finishing in the top 4. Even if Groove Ninja was to win it, but it doesn't look likely for Groove Ninja now. Groove Ninja must win this race. Itachi must finish out the points. As things stand, Itachi's winning this race and Groove Ninja's out of the points, so it's going completely the other way. Let's look at this, Bob, having a little look at Vapor Shadow as we settle down into what will become a bit of a train now in Monaco. Let's go through the standings. There's been a few pits. Itachi leading this race quite comfortably by 6.5 seconds, and the championship now. Race Avocado and Vapor Shadow going out. Vapor Shadow around the outside. Race Avocado defends a move, and then just nudging the back, pushing Racer around these corners. Racer defending hard at Monaco. His Monaco race has turned into defend like a madman. Groove Ninja would have wanted him to have been in front of Itachi and holding Itachi up like this, but that's not happened. Instead, he's holding a very quick Vapor Shadow up round here. Vapor Shadow just doing the right thing and staying patient for now, and just needs to stay patient, and eventually you'll feel that even if it comes in a pit stop move, that this will go nice and comfortably into the hands of Vapor Shadow, and he should find a way through before the end of this race. Push him, Race Avocado through the corners, and he's gone again. He dived. Just be patient. It's not hard. Bob now, he's going to have to run a Race Avocado. Race Avocado defending, putting his car in that right place, and Vapor Shadow's race has gone from most likely P2 to now being stuck down in P6 behind J Story's AI, and that looks like that could be some sort of wing damage as well. Race Avocado is now going to be the man to hold the next car behind up, which is Bob in the Alpha Tauri. Let's see if Bob can be a little bit more patient. Meanwhile, we've got Andy Lou and Shadow Lancer battling at it. Andy Lou and Shadow Lancer one's ghosted. I think it's Andy Lou ghosted, so we're not battling. Let's go back to this podium position battle and leave the AI to it. Further down, Kieran is at the back of Vapor Shadow. Kieran and Vapor Shadow. Kieran does get past Vapor Shadow. I wonder if Vapor's got some sort of damage off that collision with Racer. I'm pretty sure he will have. Yeah, that end plate is smashed up. He's still got a piece of it there, I think, but it is smashed up, and he will surely now need to box for a new wing. As we look at Racer Avocado, Ryman Doom boxing. Racer Avocado trying to hold off Bob, and he's got a bit of a gap to him now, and he will hold him off, and he'll move away. Ryman Doom, pit and quit, Ryan! Pit and quit. Disgraceful act of pitting and quitting. The Vapor Shadow does box in, and he's gonna double stack. Oh, that is not what he needed, and the Alpine teammate pitting and quitting has ruined it for his teammate, who has been held up by the pit and quit car. This is what I mean about pit and quitters costing his teammate there. Swanshank's running a little bit wide. Groove Ninja has found a way past, of course, them two boxed cars. Groove Ninja back up into P14, but with Itachi almost 10 seconds clear. What can you say about that? 10 seconds clear on lap 7. It looks ever more likely that he will become champion. But as today has proved, patience. Anything can happen in Formula One. As that is just. Yeah, anything can happen in Formula 1. Let's go back to the chat and see what Sloth's saying here. Just be patient. Pillars was behind me for 30 laps in P2 on Monday, pushing me through the corners. I made a mistake and he got by. Literally pressure the car in front. They will make mistakes. Exactly that. There is no need to force an overtake around here. You just stick to the rear of that car in front. 30 laps, as Sloth just said there, it took a driver 30 laps of pressure, and eventually Sloth cracked under that 30 laps of pressure, made the mistake, the car gets through, job done. It might take 30 laps, but you will get it. And if not, if you're right up the rear of a car, it just takes you to just pit on a different lap. If they box before you, you go for an undercut, go for an overcut, whichever way round you feel best. Go for the undercut maybe, and just get it done that way. Strategy around here. This is Monaco. This is, you might, oh, you stuck behind, you slow. That's Formula 1 for you. That's just that is exactly what Formula 1 is all about. That is what it's like, because those two cars inside each other. Andy Lou and Shadow Lancer. I think is one of them. Are they both not there? Yeah, they're both not there. So the AI catching up to Styles and Swanshanks there. And there you go, Sparks. We've got Sparklers. Go back to this battle here, as Bob might have a bit of a run at Race Avocado. No, not yet. Yeah, so back to what we were saying. You just got a pressure and bad peso. DNF, he's out of the session. Not sure what happened to bad peso there, but he's out of the session. Another one gone. Racer defending hard from Bob, putting his car right in the middle of the road, as Andy Lou and Shadow Lancer are just AI in it between each other. Styles is losing Pillies. Let's stay with this battle for a little bit then, and let's turn that off. And just give these two a little bit of airtime. Look at how close together they are. Bob literally pushing Racer through every single corner. This is what Sloth's saying. Just be this patient. Just push them through the corners. Just be right there, ready for a mistake. And it's the mistake has come from the opposite driver. The mistake, instead of coming from Racer Avocado, has come from Bob. And Bob hits the wall in the tunnel. We've seen that over the years a few times. Notably, I think it was Fernando Alonso. And then he's bounced off a wall again. Bob bouncing off the walls. He's got no front wing now. He's going to have to box. And he was on for a podium. And now, instead of being on for a podium, he's going to have to box. And that could have just ruined his race. Into the box goes Bob. Terrible. Monaco's finding its victims as usual. And Bob is its latest one as Vintage moves up to P6. I hope they keep crashing and Vintage gets a podium. That would be massive, right? J Story then. The next one. But let's go and give Shadow Lancer, and that's an AI. Let's go get Groove Ninja some time as Page moves out of his way. But getting well out of the way of the championship contender and letting him through, and then gets a time penalty. Groove Ninja off in chase of Swanshanks. Let's stay on board for a lap or two with Groove Ninja and see how he gets past Swanshanks, if he gets past Swanshanks. He's on the hard tyres. If he's going hard to the end, will be his hope. I don't know if they actually do that. I think they do. It's not exactly a high-speed track, is it? So it's more the rear tyres round here, I think, as you accelerate out of corners, where you get the problems. I think Sloth, if he's still there, will confirm that. He knows better than me. Oh, look at that. Sparkles, he's putting me off. As Paul, he's out. Let's go on board with Itachi. That is a horrible place. Look at that, coasting on. It's a good job coasting's on. Otherwise, he'd have had to park up and let him go past. That's a horrible place for him to be out of this race. And there's no safety car. No Monaco safety car. Meanwhile, Swanshanks moves out of Groove Ninja's way. Everyone's just getting out of his way and saying, you go back for it, lad. And you go and see if you can get yourself back into a chance of this. My best Monaco, saying Jay Story. both the McLarens out of the race, and nobody anywhere near anyone apart from the AIs. So let's give the race leader some airtime. The race and championship leader. He can win it all today. He can have it wrapped up and in the bag in this race right here. It's actually he's lost a little bit of time to Ramsell, it has to be said. One of them soft tyres starting to struggle maybe, or is he just easing off and backing up a little bit, or did he make an error? Who knows? Who knows? But there is absolutely nothing going on. Let's go and have a look at Bob, P13 and P14, Baguette and Bob, as they go at each other. Bob getting a little bit messy through there, but still alive, still there and thereabouts. And up the inside he goes, and I don't think he should defend that. Oh, he almost touched on the way through, but gets the move done and moves up into P13. Swanshank's his next target further down the road. And this has become a dead Monaco race. Typical Monaco. There's not really much to talk about now, is there? Oh dear. Dear. This is why I don't think this track should even exist anymore. Let's just give that a little bit of airtime. If he can keep this up, of course he will take the championship. It looks all but inevitable, really. He doesn't seem likely to make a mistake just yet. Does not seem likely at all. As we are at the most boring stage of this Monaco race. We are on lap 13 of 39. Baguette has just been passed by Vapor Shadow. Vapor Shadow moving through into P14. Baguette now down in last place as Bob P13 closes onto the back of Swanshanks. Vintage is catching Jay Storer. There's a turn up. Oh, Jay Story's lagged out of the session. Oh, is that why it's your best Monaco? Alright, he's lagged out. Oh, it's your best Monaco because you're not even in the session, haven't been from the start. He's AI's P4. Jay Story. Oh dear. Vintage takes this place. And Pitt, box. Championship leader, race leader has boxed. It's actually in the box. If Vintage passes Jay Story's AI, Kieran or Ramsell need to crash out. Sorry, but you do. Vintage could be on for a podium. But he's at the minute, he's got the championship leader behind him now, and he's come out in P5, not really in clean air. So he will have to make a pass on Vintage. We're going to keep our eye on that pass and see how that one goes. Vintage, yes, moving well and truly out of the way. Of course he will. The man, the myth and the legend, Vintage getting well out of the way, nice and quickly, and leaving no questions asked as Itachi then ghosts through the next car of Jay Storer and off just into a bit of clean air now to try and stretch that gap back up. And once Ramsell and Kieran do pit, he'll take that race lead back. As things stand, it doesn't matter. He was just for a split second out of the being able to. Oh no, because he still would have needed Groove Ninja to score points, which he would have done. He's still on for points, but just for a moment he dropped out of that top 4 needed if Groove Ninja was doing the race, and now he's back into the top 3. Regardless what happens, as things stand, Itachi will take this championship today as he sets off in chase of that podium, that race win again. Vapor getting a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. What was that? Really? Bob also a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Groove Ninja is on a time penalty. I think that was a 5-second for speed in the pit lane as well. There you go. 3 seconds for corners it was actually. There you go. As Vintage does get past him. Vintage gets past Jay Story's AI. Come on, Kieran Ramsell. Crash. If one of them crash out, Vintage in P4 now could be on for a podium. Just keep it nice and clean and tidy, and let's hope for a podium. I tell you what, the only thing that can upstage it's actually winning this championship today is a Vintage podium. In fact, if Vintage gets to P2, it's actually best just stop and let Vintage take the race win. Well, nothing else happening at all in this. Kieran is catching Ramsell. That could be a battle for the podium. Other than that, nothing happening. Other than a few people at the back getting time penalties. Swanshank gets another one there. There is Swanett. Let's look at the state of this driving. Terrible. Terrible driving. Look at that. There's an apex somewhere. It's a wall near there. Yeah, apex somewhere, mate. There's an Swanshanks! There's an apex. Supposed to touch the apex. Yeah, no. Never mind. There we go. That's better. It's better. A little bit. Bit slow.
It's a bit slow.
Imagine if one of the AI manages to get on the podium. I think it gets removed, doesn't it? The Shadowlancer sitting back watching his AI. Terrible Swanshanks. Terrible, terrible. Here comes Vapor Shadow. Going to be the next one to try and get past Swanshanks. Will Swanshanks bother to defend this, or will he just let him go, knowing he's absolutely terrible at this game and race? Let's see. Swanshanks at the minute. Stay away. Oh! That's a yawn. I'm not bored, I promise. Vapor Shadow then, here we go. He's going to find a way past Swanshanks eventually. You feel sure of that? Where will he do it? Will he stay patient? Will Swanshanks defend it? Will Swanshanks just say, I'm not bothered, just let you go, don't care? Oh, Swanshanks almost hit the wall. Vapor Shadow does go past Swanshanks, letting him through again. So Ramsell leading this race on lap 17, still yet to pit. Let's get those pit stops up so you can all see where they are. The yet to pit is a lot of that top 10, most of the top 10. In fact, Petrol Farm, the Race Avocado and Itachi have all pit, the rest of them haven't pit. So we are going to see quite a bit of changes. Meanwhile, Perpetual Farm, Groove Ninja, Bob, Vapor Shadow have also all pit and might get to the end, so we'll see. There's hope for us to... Yeah, I mean... Jay Story, I've never seen look so good. So Ramsell does pit. Kieran decides to stay out for another lap. Itachi will go and take that P2 back, and Kieran is going to stay on those medium tyres for that bit longer and try and get a bit of an undercut on Ramsell. An overcut, sorry, not an undercut, an overcut. On Ramsell, and let's see where he's going to come out. Ramsell comes out into P7, just in front of Shadowlancer. Groove Ninja still trying to fight his way back into contention of this race. He needs to keep going. He needs a podium, so he cannot give up, because anything can happen yet. It actually may yet crash. So Jay Story is ghosted through by Styles. Vintage is in the podium position. Red flag, it's all over. Right, Vintage, you're the winner. Yay, he's on the podium. Yay. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just red flag the race here and let Vintage have a podium. What more could you ask for? Itachi now though does catch Kieran. Is Kieran going to box? Not yet. Kieran stays out for another lap. He's decided not to box just yet. He's going for the overcut, and he does get moves over out of Itachi's way. He does not want any part to play in this championship at all. Oh, as Itachi ran a little bit wide there and almost clipped the wall. That would have brought Groove Ninja's hopes back to life. But he doesn't, and he stays out of it, and he lives to survive another day as Kieran stays on as well. Race Avocado, meanwhile, is looking quite good here, you know, for a P2. Race Avocado looking really good for a P2 actually, because once Kieran boxes, I'm pretty sure Race Avocado will come out in front of him. We'll see. So Racer could yet rescue that race. He's got Ramsell all over the back of him. Could be a podium battle, this. As Groeningen now is back into the points. It's not enough points, but it's points. Groeningen just staying alive for now. I'm tired. Wow. Ramsell then closing to Racer, but not quick enough, and it looks like Racer might actually start to pull away a little bit. Oh, almost gets the wall. Almost. P5 at the moment. Ramsell does get the wall. And I'm not sure if that's put any real lasting damage on that wing. He's not boxing, so it's not enough damage to say he's got box. I didn't see any end plates fly off or anything like that. So, yeah, he's going to continue. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's one of them days, isn't it? I think it's one of them races at Monaco. It always is. As Ramsell starts to fall away from Racer Avocado, and Itachi is in control. Championship will be his if things stay like this. 19 laps to go. He's over halfway through this race now. I can't believe we're only halfway. Somebody help me! Oh, what a way to end commentary. In fact, now there's nothing going on, that might be a good time to blow a little bit of smoke the way, ever deserving way, of Jake Wilson, the owner of this league, the man that has took it from level to level to level. He's got the help along the way, and he'll love to admit that. He's the first one to sell that help, scratch backs and all the rest of it, and he's got himself into a position now where he can take a league. Oh, Racer Avocado, he must have hit a wall or something. Has been passed by Ramsell. We'll come back to what I was saying in a minute, because Racer Avocado's lost a place to Ramsell. Did he hit a wall? Was he just overtaken? He gets back through. Ramsell almost seeming to let him back through. Not sure what happened there. As Cheryl Lancer and Andy Lou's AIs decide now is the time to box, as those have been together all race long. Let's just have a quick look at the stops. I'll come back to what I was saying soon. Yet to stop is Kieran Vintage Styles and Baguette, I think. Everyone else has stops. Baguette's is not really much of a matter. It's P14 and P15 battle with Swanshanks and Sues. It is Ramsell that's going to be, but as you can see, Kieran, Vintage and Styles all yet to box, and Styles isn't that far in front of this little battle here neither. So Styles there, Vintage stays out again, Kieran stays out again. Those are going very, very deep. Are they going medium soft? Well, a medium soft could work around here if you can take the tyres that far. Might as well from where they're at now. Racer Avocado getting a little bit squirmy, and we're going to stay with this battle. So back to as I was saying. Wilson taking this this league to the next level now, going into Hyperdrive Esports, as it will be renamed, as it links up with ALR, of course. Parabolical Esports started as Parabolical Racing League and WNR, which was Weekend Night Racing League. This channel of Parabolical Racing League then changed to Parabolical Esports, merged with WNR Weekend Night Racing, Jake Wilson's league. Then got took to the next level again this season. It's been a great season, some great racing throughout, and now we'll merge with Advanced League Racing, which is ALR, and become Hyperdrive Esports, to go to the next level where we'll bring races 7 days a week, twice on a weekend, I believe. It's great to watch it grow the way it has. There's a bit of damage there, someone's lost a bit of wing. It's been great to watch it grow the way it has, and it's been great to keep watching it. But as this started way back as Wilson's Racing League originally, if we link it all back to where it began, WNR and PBE, PRL, whatever it was called back then, started as, I think it was Wilson Racing League, I don't know if he's still here, right back 2 years ago, at the start of lockdown. on PlayStation, using the Formula 1 League format where you had to be in the session and it started regardless. And so much nightmares with it. You could add and subtract time penalty. It's just a crazy long time ago. With me in B&B's commentating on this league, the sole commentator on a sole division back then, just the one division. It split up with the leaders. It was me, Jake, Justin and Michael, and we broke away from each other and became two separate leagues. Again, eventually becoming what you see here today, and this is going to grow on to the next level. It's been a pleasure to commentate on it for 2 years. I'm lying, it's been a nightmare. I don't like commentary. Manx were never made for commentary was my saying back then, and still my saying now. It's been good. It's been a massive part of life, but it's going to all change for me anyway as we move into the next phase of this time here in Parabolical Esports, and I hope it goes absolutely swimmingly, let's say, for the future. And I am glad to be fully retiring. I'll be stepping away from league racing as well as a whole. Back to work. Work is calling, and I'll be watching from a side. We may jump in as a reserve racer from time to time, but no more commentary. The days of me shouting at this screen are well and truly over after this one. This is the last outing, the last ride, and at the minute it looks like we're going to see a champion crowned for that last day as well, as Itachi leads this race by 5.3 seconds. So man behind Vapor Shadow getting through J Story's AI, I think. Getting passed by it. While Vintage still plucking away as well. Race Avocado is closing onto Styles as Ramsel has dropped back. I think Ramsel's dropped back due to damage, so move on now to the battle for P4. Styles is still yet to pit though, I believe, on those medium tyres, which is going to go to a medium soft, I'm pretty sure that at this point of this race. Racer close to the back of Styles again. Tell you what, Kieran's keeping up an okay pace. I don't know if Itachi's just tiptoeing around to make sure he gets to the end of this race without having damage and crashing out or whatever else, because Groove Ninja sits in P7 as Vapor Shadow does a Vapor Shadow and pit and quits. Oh, where's Race Avocado? Not sure what happened there. He seemed to lose traction on the rear. He's going through the tunnel and almost slammed into the wall. He manages to keep it alive and save it though. And P5 is still where he sits, but that could have so easily been different. And Race Avocado again, almost losing it, and manages to save it just about. He's having a tough time there with those rear tyres at the minute, and it looks like Ramsel is starting to close back up to him. But Race Avocado struggling on the rears. How old are them tyres? Let's see. They're 15 lap old tyres. They're not massive. Not massive. Penalties is what he's looking at, what Ramsel's asking for. Well, let's give it him at the minute. Ramsel has 6 seconds. Everyone else around him has 3 seconds. Kieran in 2nd place on 3. Styles in 4th place on 3. Racer in 5th on 3. Groove Ninja is 7th on 3. And Bob in 8th on 3. All 3 second time penalties. We get down in 12th on 9. And Swanshanks in 14th, also on 9. Tyre situation, you can see those lads are taking those tyres as we get a look at. I've got to watch it. Look at that camera. Look at that camera. Monaco at night with the helicopter cam. In fact, it's not a helicopter cam at Monaco, is it? It's one of those, although this looks like a helicopter, one of those cameras that get dragged along the wire, I think, isn't it, at Monaco? Now, Race Avocado looking to go at the inside of Styles. Not yet, not this time around. And we're going back to look at these tyre choices. So, Groove Ninja's been on those hard tyres for 22 laps. And will they go to the end? I'm not sure. Race Avocado trying to find a way past Styles. He's on there fresh. So Racer again off the wall. Really struggling around here, Racer. In the dirty air of Styles as well. He just needs to try and get stay patient and stay at the back of him to get that move done. But there's not really much else happening. We get pits again. I'm going to stay with this battle for P4. It's seeming Ramsel's still part of it as well. So it's... Oh dear, I'm sorry. 456 is Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja's just been passed up. Bob, what's happened? What has happened to Groove Ninja? He wasn't close to anyone, was he? Groove Ninja gets another time penalty. Not sure what happened with Groove Ninja, but Kieran has finally pit on lap 28 of 39. He's took them tyres as far as he can go, and now he'll go and pit and go for the softs. I think he pit earlier on in the race as well, because them tyres were only 25 laps old, I believe. So I think he pit earlier in the race. No, he didn't. That is his first pit stop. Meanwhile, Itachi has cruised away in this. There he is. Absolutely cruised to what could be the easiest victory of his season. He lights to flag. He's never wavered. A little moment back down in P5 while he boxed and the pit strategy's played out, but from there he's moved back forwards again. And it's actually looking very comfortable for a championship. 10 laps to go. Can he hold it together? Keep it out of the walls. That's all he really needs to do from here. As Styles now pits from those mediums, and Race Avocado will take that place as well. Race Avocado up to P3, and once Vintage pits, that will become a P2. However, they all will be on soft tyres, so they might yet come back. Groove Ninja's around about a second away from Bob. He's up into P7 now, moves in front of Styles. Will he? I don't think he'll get in front of Vintage though, will it? 2 seconds. I think Vintage will come out in that gap between Kieran and Bob. I'm not sure. We'll see. We can live in hope. And now Ramsel begging. He's working really hard. He wants to know what tyres now. He's working really hard at trying to find something, and his 11 lap old tyres much fresher than Racer Avocado's 18 lap old tyres. Vintage has pit 28 laps on those medium tyres as we're on lap 30. That doesn't quite add up, does it? Well, there we go. 29th lap, I think. I don't know. He's been on the tyres from the start of the race, put it that way. So he got to lap 30 on those medium tyres, and he'll now box for soft tyres, and as I predicted, come out just before Bob. Where is Bob? There is Bob. Oh, Vintage come off the track there, and he gets in that gap just between Bob and Groove Ninja. It was always going to be around that point, and he's on the fresh soft tyres now, so will he be able to close that back up? Kieran also on fresh soft tyres. He's also going to have a chance at getting Ramsel, and we'll go to that battle in a minute. We're going to watch Vintage. We want Vintage to make it over to it. Let's go to it, because look at how close it is. Ramsel on those old hard tyres, 11 lap old, 12 lap old hard tyres compared to these fresh soft tyres of Kieran. Kieran will just want to find a way through. Those tyres much more grippier, much more racy, and surely if he gets a good exit here, Ramsel gets a little bit squirmy. Just a good exit needed here, and he might be able to have a run down to him at turn 1. Not yet. Too far back this time round. Let's go further back down. Groove Ninja is losing time and must have damage. Let's see if Vintage can have a go at Bob yet. Not yet. Groove Ninja might lose out a place to Styles here. No, Styles not yet. He's on the fresh soft tyres as well. Not yet. Groove Ninja will defend that position the best he can. Meanwhile, Vintage, look at this on Bob. Bob going to have to defend with everything he's got. This is the only thing we're doing the medium soft strategy. You're losing track position. You've got to then make overtakes, and it's so difficult around here, as we know, to find a way past and make an overtake. This is why the medium hard strategy is preferred, because you get the pits done nice and early. You keep track position rather than taking your tyres really old, losing track position. You might have the ability to be much faster at the end of the race, but you've got to have the ability to be able to overtake, and with them not having the ability to be able to overtake, that just puts them in that predicament where the fresher tyres are useless. You might as well be on old tyres. As Vintage is proving here, Kieran might have a little bit of a run at Ramsell. Will go down to turn 1, not this time round, maybe have a little look next time round though. Kieran will get a better exit, but Ramsell will surely keep him behind going up the hill. I think he will. There's no catching him there. Let's go and have a look. Vintage is also in the same position. He's just going to be stuck behind for another lap at least. Go back to this battle then for P4 and P5 between Kieran and Ramsell. Ramsell defending now. It's all about just keeping him behind for another 7 laps. That's left. Lap 32, 39. It actually leads the race in the championship. As things stand, he will become the champion today. We'll see how that one pans out as it goes on. Here, currently we're looking for the battle for the final podium place between Ramsell and Kieran. Time penalties may come into effect. There is the time penalty situation. The time penalties will come into effect. 9 seconds from Ramsell, 3 from Kieran, Bob, none from Vintage. Vintage can try and get himself past Bob. He could be on for jumping Ramsell as well. So we'll see. Go then. Can Kieran find a way past Ramsell this time? DRS is open. ERS is running. Ramsell's out of ERS. Kieran's going to send it. Kieran absolutely sending it up into turn 1. He sent it from a little bit far back, but a little bit frustrated there maybe from Kieran. Just saying to Ramsell, why are you holding me up? I've got a chance to go chase down Racer Avocado. You're behind me by 6 seconds as things stand anyway, and it's not going to work this way. And we're going to try and stay with this battle because it looks like it might be a little bit more pushy than perhaps Vintage will be. Vintage just following Bob round a little bit. Kieran not willing to just sit behind Ramsell and wait. He wants this position, he wants this move, and maybe these last 6 laps can cook us up something to shout about. So here we go, let's see, going out into turn 1 again is where the move is most likely to happen. Let's go on board with Kieran and see if he closes up through this sector, backs out a little bit there. That is also wise though, because even on this game, as much as in real life, cooler tyres are much better to make this overtake pass. You don't want to be overheating those tyres, you won't find a way through. DRS is open, ERS is being enforced, Ramsell's down to 10%. Kieran ain't going to get it this time round. He's not even going to be close enough to send it, and he's going to have to work a way out of fighting another day and catching him back. Meanwhile, Vintage in the same place. This is what I mean. The medium soft may be good around some tracks if you can make it work, because you're on such fast tyres at the end that you're cruising by people. But this is Monaco. There isn't no cruising by anybody, and sure, the track position is everything. We all know that. So why do people take this medium soft strategy knowing that they're going to lose track position and then have to make the overtakes? We shall see. Oh, Bob getting a little bit squirmy on the exit there. Bob's a little bit squirmy on the exit. May actually bring Vintage into life here. Not yet, he's not going to send it there. Vintage has got a lot of battery though, and I would have gone for a little bit of an attack there just to remind Bob that this isn't going to be a cruise to the finish. You've got to let him know your presence, you've got to remind him that you're there. Kieran has fell off Ramsell a little bit, so I'm just wondering, has Kieran got damage, or is he going for the attack here? This time round he's much closer, and he just didn't seem to get the traction out of the final corner, and he's not going to go for it there. He's going to have to sit in behind Ramsell again. He's trying to, he almost pushed him across the corner. Styles found a way past Groove Ninja back down into P8. Meanwhile, Itachi could box and go for a fastest lap if he wanted to. He's that far ahead. In fact, I think he's overlapping, is it? No, he's not. He's all on his own. A bit of a boring race for him, in all honesty. As Kieran's still trying to battle away past Ramsell. Styles may now try to start to move onto the back of Vintage as well. So, but I tell you what, meanwhile, Kieran is being held that heavily that Bob is closing the gap, which means Vintage is closing the gap to Ramsell. So Vintage could do it. Ramsell has, oh right, it actually has fastest lap. Ramsell, is this mini Ramsell racing? Here we go, Kieran then this time needs a better exit. This time he's got a good exit and he's using that ERS, but he's not good enough, he's not close enough again. And again he's going to have to sit behind. Oh, almost went into the back of Ramsell. Vintage far too far back. And this is just going to be the situation lap after lap after lap. I think that is mini Ramsell racing, to be honest, because Big Ramsell is chatting away in this Discord, in this stream. So what have we got? Fastest lap there, you can see, and it's by some distance as well. So 1:12.8. The next closest to it is a 1:13.5 that Styles has. I think Baguette's gone for it once or twice and got nowhere near it. As you see, gap's a leader, he's overlapped a few of them. And now, this is what I was predicting a little bit earlier. Bob has held Vintage behind that long that Vintage is going to have to make a move very, very soon. Otherwise, he's going to have Styles all over the back of him as well. This needs to be where you make the move, Vintage, and look at that. Their Styles is down closer to the back of Vintage than Vintage is to the back of Bob. Kieran's not going to make them 8/10ths up, so we won't bother switching to that one. We'll have a look at this one. Vintage is not going to be able to get past from there, and neither is Styles. And who was that? That's coming out of the box. Again, as once again goes for the fastest lap. We'll see. At the minute, nowhere near it, so a full second off it, in fact. So Vintage has now been caught off Styles. He's in a bit of a sandwich position. He doesn't really want to be getting held up like this off Bob, because if he could get past, he could close down the gap to Ramsell. Ramsell, of course, having a 9-second time for us. You can see it. So, as it goes, it looks like for the second time, well, Ramsell's been passed by Kieran. Not sure what happened, but Ramsell's boxed. Ramsell's boxed. No, devastation for Ramsell as he boxes from a great position, and he's devastating from him, and his race is all but over into the box. New front wing. He's had a bump somewhere, and Kieran will move into P3. I think Kieran should back right off now and let Vintage get a podium. Vintage has now got this train behind him, and Bob, I mean, he's got this train behind him because Vintage has not forced away past. He's just decided just to follow instead, and Bob will just cruise to the end of this race. But it doesn't matter, because here he is. He's on the final lap of the race. He's been a great racer to watch and commentate on. He's been the fastest throughout, really. He's been the fastest from the second he come into this league. He probably should be in a better league, and he will be next season, because regardless what happens over this next half a lap, he will go into the next division. He will be promoted without a doubt. And well, it all changes next season anyway, but the Alfa Romeo driver has put on some great performances, and this is just another one of them. Lights to flag once again. Itachi is coming through the tunnel at Monaco. The race leader, the championship leader, all he needed today was a P3. All he needed is if he was his championship rival was there, was a P4, and he's been absolutely perfect from start to finish. He's earned it, he's worked it, he's been the quickest, he's been the fastest, he's been the best to watch, he's put in some great qualifying times. But for one last time, out of the final corner, here we go, it's Itachi in Monaco. He is the champion of the world. Itachi wins in League One. Itachi's the champion. He is the undisputed League One champion of the world, and he's beat Groove Ninja to it. It's a race win, a championship win for the Alfa Romeo driver. On my final day in commentary, we have a champion, and it's Itachi who does it. Well deserved from start to finish. Out of the final corner comes Racing Avocado to get a hard-earned P2 in this one. P2 for 2 weeks on the bounce. Racing Avocado is not tipped by Kieran, who gets P3. Then the man, the myth, the legend, out of the final corner. It's Vintage for a P4, a very well earned P4 as well. Styles comes across the line in 5th. Bob 6 gets jumped. He then jumps Styles. Groove Ninja, he gave it everything he had. He tried his level best. P15 to P7 in the end, but the championship slipped away. He takes P7, but the champion is Itachi. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the you will hear these horrible mank tones on commentary, and it is so fitting that it comes under an Itachi championship win. There you go, just to confirm the rest of the top 10, Ramsel, Jay Story and Andy Lou AI rounded out the top 10. Andy Lou's AI beating Shadowlancer's AI in the end. That was a good battle actually between those two. Level all the way through. Shadowlancer, Perpetual Fallen, Baguette and Swanshanks rounded out the rest of the finishers. Fastest lap went to the world champion Itachi. Itachi first, Race Avocado second, Kieran B in third. Not forgetting Vintage in 4th, by the way. Groove Ninja did his best, 15th to 7th. That crash early on possibly ruining any chance he had of keeping it live. He could have definitely got a P2 here, or P3 even, if it had not been for that crash early on. Let's go to the comments. Congrats to the champion. The race slid me on tunnel and ruined my race. Back to bits of vintage, said Mods. Congrats to the champion. My season can go on F itself anyway. Been a lot of BS happening here to the last race. Perpetual Fallen. The car felt horrible through the race. Wishing you all the best. You've been such a great commentator. Listen, thank you to you boys. Of course, that is the final one. We have got race joined. We are waiting for Vintage to unmute, I think. We're also waiting.
I'm here.
Vintage does unmute, literally as I say that. We've got Racer in, and we're just waiting for Kieran, I think, was on the podium, and then the new Lick Round champion.
What a amount of concentration I had to use there.
Let's go with the 4th place man. The guy I wanted to win it, but he obviously couldn't. Let's hear from you, Vintage.
Hey, I cannot moan about a P4 today. I tried to get past Bob, but he defended so well. He had plenty of pace out the final corner on them hard tyres, so I thought I'll sit behind him and see if he makes a mistake, and he did. Coming out the shadow chicane, he went into the wall, and it just ghosted as I got alongside him. I thought it shit a bust. I'm going to hit the back of Bob here, or I'm going to get past him and get P4. So happy days for me.
Happy days indeed. P4. I was begging for a podium, but P4's close enough for a good race as well.
It is.
Aston Martin doing it proud. Did we have Kieran? Shout out to
He's
you though,
just,
mate. It's
yeah.
been a
I'm
pleasure
here.
Thank
commentating
you.
on you.
Oh,
And,
cheers, mate. Thank you.
Pleasure to watch, mate. I'm gutted that you didn't get that podium. I was begging Kieran to just stop on track, like you do it on time penalties. But here's what it is.
I heard you say he was slowing down. I thought, I was like, am I close enough? Because we were close on Friday, me and Kieran, but yeah, he was a bit quicker than he was on Friday compared to me the day, so fair
Only a
play
little
to
bit
him.
today. Only a little bit today.
Just a little bit.
I thought you'd get me. I thought I was getting caught up behind Rams. Well, I thought he's going to get me. He's going to get me. I'm getting backed up. I swear.
I was looking forward to see if we could see each other on track, but no, plenty to come though, mate. Great race.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That leaves us perfect to the third place, man. Kieran,
Hello.
tell us about your race.
Well, we all know that Monaco's a lottery, and I had a terrible start, dropping a couple of places, which I sort of had to settle myself back down and just get into a groove. And then I knew from racing in the Premier League the other night that accidents are going to happen around at any stage of the race. So I just tried to keep my nose clean. I'm annoyed I got a time penalty because I think I could have chased Racer down for second in the end. But yeah, I just tried to keep my nose clean, keep it out the wall, and it paid dividends in the end.
It did indeed, and a P3 in that Red Bull. Ugly car,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Congratulations
I'm
on
so happy I'm
P3,
in
mate.
Max's. Yeah, cheers, mate.
Well done for that. Now we'll move to second place, man, in the Ferrari. Another second place, 2 weeks on the bounce. You're just a number two, aren't you? Literally, piece of shit.
Yeah, basically Bottas, I guess.
Yeah, you're basically just a number two. How was that one for you, mate? Good comeback as well after the crash. Or was it a crash? I don't know. Damage, maybe? I don't know.
I had a little bit of damage, but I didn't change my wing. I feel a little bit bad for Vapor, because he, I think, hit me in the back at the last corner, and then I oversteered back into him on accident. But
yeah, I think we caught that one on stream. A little bit of a battle-y race with him at the start as well. He was right up your rear for pretty much 10 laps straight.
no, yeah, he was quick for sure. Just tried to focus on my exits, because I knew that was the only way to stay ahead of him, and Itachi was just untouchable.
P2 once again in the Ferrari and keeping the constructors battle alive as well. So the constructors looking like Ferraris going into the last race. So still a big part to play next week in Brazil.
Yep.
But moving on, it overshadows it all. Only just because Vintage didn't get a podium. Vintage podium would have overshadowed everything. But moving on, the man, the legend that is, the world champion, Itachi! How was that one, mate?
It was just an out-of-body experience. I was mentally basically not even there. It just happened.
It just happened. It was quite easy, really. When it cruising, lights to flag again. 30 odd seconds in the distance. Did you ever feel pressure? I suppose there's always pressure at Monaco, isn't there? But
Yeah, like I didn't feel relaxed at all because it's Monaco. You can't feel relaxed at Monaco. But just the second, like on the second lap, I was like basically in airplane mode, just going, just doing, driving on instinct, just going ahead.
yeah, one or two moments. I did catch one moment going into turn one where you just missed your braking zone and it looked like you was going to hit the wall. Managed to save that one. I think that was around Racer as well. Racer might have been right next to you at the time. Somebody was close to you. A couple of
It was just
bum
me
clenching
having
moments for
DRS.
you then.
It was just me having DRS and like suddenly having overspeed, and I braked at the same point, and I was like, this could go very wrong. Please stop.
A couple of ass clenching moments, but a champion. How does it feel to be the champion?
It feels great, especially knowing the leagues will merge. So I'm the last League One champion.
The first and last, I think. Oh no, there was a League One last season, wasn't there? So no, or was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was a
last
League
season.
One last year.
Yeah, there was. So the final ever League One champion, taking the crown from fittingly from Tommy. Young Tommy was the last League One champion. So from one German to another. We've got to put a stop to that. Can we not have another League One next season, please? We need to change that. We can't have Germans winning it all the time. Congratulations, though, mate. A big one and a pleasure to be a new champion on my final ever commentary. I mean, what's the bigger achievement? Being the race winner and the championship winner on my final ever commentary, or just being a champion?
Yeah, it just makes it special.
I don't need to. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating you on your all season long, mate, and you can enjoy the final race. Got to ask you one question. Are we going to see donuts on the final race?
I mean, if I can, maybe.
You've got to forget the race win. You've got to go and give us some donuts on the final race. It's already in the bag and won.
I mean, I got to fight for the Constructors' Championship still.
Oh, well, that is true, I suppose. That is true, but a good race from the two Ferrari boys. Racer Avocado's done 2 second places on the bounce now, and if Groove Ninja turns up with him next week and they're both in a good position, they're going to be the Constructors' Champion, and then we can see some spinneroonies from you, yeah?
No, of course.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to see. Vintage.
Yes,
I've got
mate.
to come back to you, mate. As soon as I seen you was getting lumbered with commentary, mate, I had to take it from you. I didn't want to come back, but you was definitely worthy of coming back for me. But this time, I've got to say it to you, mate. If you have to drop out of racing next season to do commentary, fucking tough.
No, I think we're covered.
I've been on this
That's
channel from the start. I've commentated from the start, but I did want to retire last season, and I couldn't because I just couldn't watch that happen to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, mate.
It has been an honour to take the reins from you, but it's even bigger one to pass them back to you, mate.
Well, I'll gladly take them back. Not a problem, mate. And like I said earlier, from the whole team, especially from me, thanks for stepping in and allowing me to race. And we know you'll be around in the Discord. It will be a shame not to see you as much on track, but like you say, it's just got to. That's life, and you've just got to train little Jonesy up now, and we'll see him sooner.
Yeah, hopefully Mini Jonesy will be like Mini Ramsel and better than his daddy.
That's what we're expecting, like. But no, and congratulations, Itachi. From the moment you came into the league, you've been a top bloke and a top driver. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you as well, mate. If you're still there,
It's an
He's
honor.
still there. I think he's wiping the tears away as we speak.
I left him a bit gobsmacked there. But no, it's been an absolute. I know it's still one race to go, but it's been an absolute cracking season. Shame Race Avocado couldn't join a bit earlier. That might have been a bit more spicy, but it is what it is, and it's been very enjoyable.
It's been good fun.
Well, thank
It's been
you.
all good
It
fun.
has.
It's been really enjoyable. There is still a Constructors' Battle to see next week in Brazil, so don't miss that one. I'm not sure who's going to be doing commentary for that, but it won't be me. From me to the PBE, to Wilson and Vintage especially, all I can do is thank you for such a good time. I've enjoyed my 2 seasons running in this league. We're going to make it. It was W&R last season, but it was always PBE, wasn't it, really? Let's face it. It's Wilson's league and it's your league, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it from start to finish. I'm not even sure if I can race next week. I'll do my best. But from me, for the final time, it's been the man that's been never made for commentary, and I am stepping down, and I'm not coming back. And this has been Monaco. This has been League One, and Itachi's been your world champion. Good night, God bless, take care, and I'll see you again in future.